will be given against McLaren. And then those second half goals in the space of 5 minutes from Andriy Kanchelskis and Ryan Giggs really did knock the stuffing out of Leeds. And Howard Wilkinson can see that another chance of silverware is slipping away here, and funnily enough, we were saying only yesterday that people don't regard sides as big, great, until they've actually won things, and that is the problem with Leeds. They've won nothing yet for all their marvellous season to date. Oh, delightfully done by Neil Webb. He keeps on going and puts the ball in for Fairclough to knock it out as far as Hodge. And Leeds sweep forward, McAllister. If they could just get a second goal, that really would lift the spirits again. Still had allowed that to run through as far as speed. Now Strachan just clipped his heel, and that's symptomatic of the way the fortune is going for Leeds at the moment. And it's United who come again, Manchester United who come again with Lee Sharp. McAllister playing the ball forward for speed, and now Strachan. He's got to hold it up and wait for support, really, as a result of which again Manchester United already have 6 men behind the ball. Strachan's found Wallace. What a great ball that was, and Rob Wallace steers the shot no more than a foot wide. Well, they went in the last round against Everton. On that occasion it went wide, and that's just at the moment when Leeds needed a goal.
Yes, it was a delightful ball from Strachan. United looking to play offside. That was just the chance that Leeds needed.
And the £1 million striker, disappointed not to have added to his tally of Rumbelows Cup goals. But it's given Leeds a bit of heart, and here is that man Wallace again, and he'll run at them. He likes darting at defences. The crossing's not bad either, but Pallister's there. Batty, they were in offside positions, I felt. Doesn't matter because the ball's gone dead in any event. It's the first little spark we've seen from Leeds for a quarter of an hour or so.
Yes, and I think it has to be said, it was a reasonable chance for Wallace.
Against Schmeichel's a big fella to confront, and he made the angle difficult.
Yes, and Wallace will say that it wasn't on his best foot, which is quite right. I think he prefers it to be on his right foot.
Will be a goal kick, and that's happened a number of times, the ball just going straight from one end to the other. And Leeds have so little time now, just 9 minutes to rescue themselves. The season's gone so well for them up to this point. It seems so strange to be talking about them being in arrears, but that's what they are. Again, Pallister crucially getting a foot in there, and Blackmore will have the opportunity to turn it back to Schmeichel, who's not really been over-troubled in this second half. Trevor, psychologically, how much damage will this do to Leeds in view of the fact they've got to meet Manchester United again in a week's time in the FA Cup?
Yes, I feel that Manchester United have definitely got the upper hand for the next game, but I think there's so many good players in this Leeds side, they won't sort of concern themselves too much about this defeat.
That's a nice little ball through. It was well read again by the Manchester United defence, who got back in numbers to defend well. No free kick given there. And the game continues to go Manchester United's way and to drift away from Leeds. McClelland and a fierce header, but unfortunately for Leeds, there was nobody in a white shirt anywhere near it.
We've just mentioned the 2 cup competitions there, John, but I feel that for both sides, the priority is always to win the First
Yes, and of course they have broken away from the pack, so to speak, although Sheffield Wednesday are trying to keep in touch quite clearly. People are writing Arsenal and Liverpool off. And Lukic's clearance there will also disappoint him, putting the ball straight out. And the big goalkeeper has played in 2 League Cup finals for Arsenal. Doesn't look as though he'll be playing in another this season. Wallace to give chase again. Well, he's got the dash all right, but so has Pallister, who stretches those great long legs of his. McClelland, strong and purposeful, but well, that's an extraordinary ball, which might give Manchester United another one. They claim a push on the back of Lee Sharp. Referee Courtney says nothing doing. And here come Leeds again, with Pallister awkwardly getting his head to that ball. But he did his job again. Wallace. 6 minutes left. Leeds United 1, Manchester United 3, and the cross to no avail. And really Leeds haven't got telling crosses in at all. I do think that they've lost their shape since Dorigo went off in the latter stages of the first half. White. Well, Leclerc not quite as quick as Kanchelskis, otherwise there might have been problems again from that. Leeds really have just got to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at Manchester United now. Strachan, nice little ball in from McAllister. Patty, they're playing it around in triangles, but they're not posing great problems to Manchester United's defence yet. Oh, they might now. It's fallen to McClelland, and of all people, it had to fall to the Irish international, who's not scored a goal for nearly 6 years. His last one was for Watford against Liverpool, and I don't think the Leeds are going to get a better chance than that one.
No, I agree with that. The ball fell nicely there from McClelland. Does everything right, side puts it with his right foot, just puts a little bit too much on it.
And he's probably saying if only that had been Rod Wallace. That's the way the game of football goes. In fact, John McClelland's last goal in the League Cup was scored 12 years ago from Mansfield against Barnsley. Here in Manchester United, looking for one of their own. Giggs just couldn't get there.
It's ironic that since he's come on this second half, it's probably the first time he's ever got forward.
He was in a marvellous position. Manchester United bring on their second substitute, Mal Donaghy. And it looks like Ryan Giggs will go off. He will. Well, he's made his contribution. He scored the highly important third goal, since which time Leeds really have looked a beaten side. That's a dangerous ball as well, but fooled up Sharp, the bounce of it. The surface is played remarkably well considering the volume of water it's had on it. Donaghy. Well, here now is Sharp, and he is onside, and Manchester United have 2 men in the middle. Sharp, who enjoys playing on this ground as much as anywhere. Webb, and now there is an offside flag. But Manchester United know, I think, that they've got the game won with just 3 minutes left.
Yes, Hughes got caught offside there. He expected an early ball from Sharp. He rode it back to Webb. Hughes found himself in an offside position.
Wallace. And now White. Leeds still will look for a second goal because they are a team of triers and don't give in. Speed down for Batty. And the great mates off the field as well as on it. But Manchester United generally have held most of the aces this evening. The only time at all they looked in trouble was when Leeds had just scored. Strachan will be disappointed to lose out against one of his former clubs. And Manchester United look to break, but everything now is done at leisurely pace, really.
That was unlucky. That was an absolute brilliant ball from Webb. Certainly impressed me tonight, Neil Webb. Shown great vision, good control under difficult conditions. Him and McAllister have been the two outstanding midfield players.
Hodge finding McAllister, who also finds Strachan. That's a good ball through, and McClare has the chance now to make it 4-1 for Manchester United, and it scythes through the bodies, but it doesn't really matter because Manchester United are on their way into the semi-finals with a minute to go.
Yes, good intelligent running again from McClare, good vision from Webb, found him with a good pass. Dangerous ball across the front. Whereas before Giggs finished it off, he wasn't there this time and stays at 3-1.
Leeds United 1, Manchester United 3. We're in the last 60 seconds of normal time. Lukic plays head tennis. And the Manchester United fans will be delighted to hear the final whistle, and they'll enjoy their journey back across the Pennines, knowing that a place in the semi-final is secured, and knowing too that when these sides meet in 7 days' time in the FA Cup, they will definitely start as favourites. How many times has that happened?
I do get the feeling that Schmeichel was trying to score the fourth goal for Manchester United.
It would be a great Dane if he did that. Yes, he must have had about half a dozen pots. Lukic would have his pride battered if that happened. It's all over here at Ellen Road, and Manchester United have scored a great psychological blow by defeating Leeds by 3-1. And that after going behind to a Gary Speed goal after 16 minutes. But from that moment on, really, Manchester United, who came back with a Clayton Blackmore free kick on 31 minutes, always seemed to have too much knowledge, know-how, a bit of everything for Leeds to contain them. And those second half goals from Andrei Kanchelskis and Ryan Giggs in the space of 5 minutes really knocked the stuffing out of Leeds. And Trevor, I don't think anybody can argue with Manchester United's right to go through to the last 4.
No, it's certainly a fine performance. It's one each at half-time, but even in the first half, I think the warning signs were there for Leeds United. Manchester United, 1 or 2 good situations in front of goal. In the second half, they finished it off in fine style. An excellent win for them.
Excellent win indeed. And Manchester United then have won the second part of the trilogy, and I've no doubt their captain Steve Bruce is delighted. He's with Rob McCaffrey right now.
Road and win, but to win 3-1 must give you tremendous satisfaction.
Yeah, especially after obviously what's happened against QPR. We're obviously delighted. We couldn't have the game quick enough, and all credit to the lads. They've buckled down tonight and they'll give a great performance.
Must be, as a defender, looking forward to knock the ball forward and have players with the pace of Kanchelskis and Giggs after that. Must be a tremendous feeling.
Yeah, I mean the two quality players, and usually battles are way up there as well, and it's tremendous to see when they're obviously playing like that.
Semi-finals in the Littlewoods Cup. What kind of psychological advantage does this give you for next week FA Cup match?
Well, I mean it's another game. We know it's going to be a difficult game. Let's hope we can just play like we did tonight, and we'll enjoy it.
And it proves that Queen's Park Rangers were just a blip.
Well, let's hope it was a blip, and we were determined to put it right, and we did that.
Was it a blip or just New Year?
No, it was just a blip. I mean, we can look for all the excuses if we want. There was just too many of us on the day, including myself, who didn't perform, and it's as simple as that.
So congratulations tonight.
Well done.
Rob McCaffrey with Steve Bruce, and certainly great credit to Steve Bruce and the rest of the Manchester United defenders for keeping things so tight once they've gone 3-1 in front. Well, don't go away. If you haven't seen the goals yet, if you've come in late, we'll be showing them to you in just a few minutes' time when we come back after this break. Welcome back to Elland Road. Leeds United 1, Manchester United 3. Manchester United it is who go through to the semi-finals of the Rumbelows Cup for the second year running. Of course, last year they got all the way to the final and were then, of course, beaten by that splendid John Sheridan goal for Sheffield Wednesday. We'll be showing you a couple of the best Manchester United goals in just a moment or two. If you're switching on expecting news at 10, that'll be following after this programme because, of course, the match, as you may know if you've been with us all evening, kicked off rather late. In St John, very level at half-time, and for me, the crucial thing was the absence of Tony Dorigo for Leeds in the second half.
Yes, John Helm made that comment during the commentary, and I think that was very important because he's such a good player and such a pacey man. They did miss him.
We've got a word, I think, with the Manchester United manager. He must be particularly happy. He's down on the touchline with Rob McCaffrey.
Alex Ferguson, you must be delighted with that performance.
Yeah, it was a wonderful performance. I think that they proved their character. They shocked us in New Year's Day result, and the best test for any player is to go out the next game and win.
It's two out of the three big games gone against Leeds. This must really set you up for the FA Cup game next week as well.
Well, I think it sets us off in a form thing, you know. We were obviously a bit concerned about losing to Queen's Park Rangers, and we felt it was important to win tonight. Next Wednesday will look after itself. I'm not thinking about next Wednesday now. I'm thinking about Saturday against Everton.
How important do you think the injury to Tony Dorigo was in changing the course of the game?
Well, it's difficult to say because we didn't seem to be able to get the ball to Kanchelskis in the game anyway. The game seemed to evolve on the other side of the pitch. Although Andrew scored the goal that set us off in the second half, it's difficult to say.
Big games these. How much does a game like this take out of the players?
Oh, it takes a lot. The mental side of it and the physical side. But you hope for 3 days to Saturday, a good atmosphere at Old Trafford and the big game, then it'll bring it all back again.
Everton on Saturday, Leeds the following week. Busy times.
Oh, it's busy, yeah. Well, that's what you pray then at the beginning of the season. You have a kind of a run involving games and big games. You won't get bigger than Leeds United versus Manchester United in the game today.
Is that as good as you've played this season tonight?
Well, I think we have been playing well, and Leeds are a really good side. You have to perform here or you're dead. Simple as that, and we did.
Congratulations, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And our thanks, of course, to Alex Ferguson for coming out so quickly. Obviously, he, a very delighted man, as you could hear. The goals tonight in the second half, really, that finished off Leeds United came really so quickly that Leeds were then finished, weren't they?
Well, they were terrific goals in the sense that United came up. I keep saying United, the two Uniteds, but Manchester came out and by scoring those two goals so early on, got the initiative, and after that I don't think they lost it. Funnily enough, until the last 5 minutes when I thought Leeds United had a couple of chances. But yes, the goals, the crucial thing, the two goals, and Kanchelskis scored it. The first goal, and really he didn't score from his wide position. You know, he's been playing like wide on the right hand side, but here he pops up. It's a beautiful ball by Giggs. He pops up, it's an inside leftish channel there, and just manages to nick it under John Lukic.
So, the second goal came so quickly after it that Leeds then were dead, weren't they?
Well, this was the final. This was a nail in the coffin, and